This is Ruthie Oberg with a devotion from history. On the evening of November 2nd, 1948, Harry Truman went to bed feeling tired and defeated. Between 1945 and 1948, he had overseen the end of a war in Europe, made the fateful decision to drop atomic bombs in Japan, created the Truman Doctrine to give aid for containment policies, worked to block Stalin's imperialistic designs, helped to create the State of Israel, and led the United States into the transition to a peacetime economy. But that night, as he laid down, all reports were that he was losing the presidential election. Much of the public and most of the newspapers had spoken out against him. They had called him a little man and claimed that he was inept. Perhaps the main reason for their dislike of Truman was that he was so very much unlike his predecessor, the beloved Franklin Delano Roosevelt. To top it off, his opponent was the young and well-liked governor of New York, Thomas Dewey, who had come close to beating even Roosevelt in the previous election. By bedtime that election night, it was looking bad for Truman, and newspapers began printing and publishing stories of his demise. But upon arising on November 3rd, he learned that he had won the election. That day, he boarded a train for Washington, D.C., and on a stop in St. Louis, he was presented with a copy of the Chicago Tribune, which had published the banner headline, "Dewey Defeats Truman." When he was asked to comment, he simply said, "This is for the books." You know, sometimes we end the day and lay down feeling defeated. But the Bible tells us that joy comes in the morning. Don't evaluate your life based on what people are saying on November 2nd. You might wake up to find a victorious November 3rd. This is Devotions from History with Ruthie Oberg. Check us out on the web at devottionsfromhistory.org.